your solution for secure managed file exchange and automated data processing. In today's model-based enterprise, data is more valuable than ever, but exchanging large proprietary files across global teams and supply chains can be a challenge. Transitional file sharing methods introduce security risks, size limitations, and manual processing bottlenecks that slow innovation. Deck Center changes the game. Available now on AWS, Deck Center is an enterprise-grade collaboration portal and process automation engine designed for secure, managed file transfer. Deck Center ensures encrypted, web-based access, global collaboration with secure TDP packaging, unlimited file sizes, regulatory compliance with EAR, ITAR, and proprietary information agreements, automated approvals before file release. Hosted in the AWS cloud, Deck Center provides scalable, secure deployment with enterprise-grade load balancing and resource management. Deck Center's automated processing engine streamlines your workflow with automated CAD file translation, integrated validation and simplification, producibility checks, and ECO documentation. Here's how it works. The sender will log on to Deck Center, select a file or files, and recipient or recipients, and submit for approval. The Deck Center processing engine then validates, translates, and secures the files, sends an approval request if needed, and then notifies the recipient when the files are ready. Once the recipient receives an email notification, they will then log in to securely download the file or files. Power your enterprise with secure collaboration. Accelerate innovation with seamless file transfers. Reduce costs, improve security, and increase productivity. Deck Center on AWS, powering secure collaboration, accelerating innovation.
Welcome everybody. Thanks a lot for joining the session today on revolutionizing secure data transfer and manufacturing, overcoming regulatory changes. Let me start the session today with a few questions. Do you struggle to exchange data with suppliers and partners when they have a large volume or is extra security is required? Yes? Do you struggle with K-data quality, derivative creation, or with multiple CAD environments? Do you struggle with obtaining consistent results or with manual or unreliable processes? Yes. Would you like to use cloud-based infrastructure but do not have any application yet? Yes? No? Let me introduce Deck Center. I have two case studies today with me. The first one is out of the aerospace industry. The situation or the use case is a typical supply exchange. In this specific case, we transferred within 1 year 5 terabytes of data, which is a huge amount. Specific in here, you can see it, only 348 recipients are within the company, and we have over 10,000 recipients are customers, suppliers, and partners. To manage this all together, it's in a normal way really, really hard. The second case study is from the Force Protection Inc. They were facing the situation that with the new project, together with the Ministry of Defense, They will involve employing local contractors and suppliers for designing and for the construction. So the main challenges, what they're facing, was the security of the data, because it's highly sensitive data, the high volume of the engineering data, and worst situation ever, transfer it all over the world. So we created a solution for them called DAX Center, based on the AWS cloud. What was necessary there? It should be secure. It should be easy to use and stable. It should be time efficient, integrated and automated, and flexible and scalable. In case of data security and audit compliance, let me focus just on two. We can create within DAX Center a specific profile for each user. In this profile, we can create the security standards, we create where he's based, we can create all the regulations depending on the customer by itself and the country in which he's working. And the second one is the fully integrated two-factor authentication. So wherever you get some data or you want to shift some data, you have to validate with a second factor, so it's extra secure. Ease of use and stability. The simple way is just in collaboration that you can make web sessions with just one person or with a whole group. Especially in task forces, this is very, very useful, because you don't have to share just within every person. You can just put them in a group together, and DAX Center, whenever you drop some information, depending on your profile before created, DAX Center will scan through this profile, and you just get the data what you are allowed to. The second is, especially in stability, you can transfer massive volumes through DAX Center. There is no limitation. Time efficiency. As you know, it is always hard to prepare up front, because at some part, especially when we talk about CAD data, you don't want to lose your intelligence. So what you're doing, you have to export it, make it as a neutral format so that you can shifting just geometry. And afterwards, you have to create an SFTP file. You create it, send it all over. With DAX Center, it becomes one click. Doesn't matter how many recipients there are, if they're based in one group, or if it is just one person. It is one click, drag and drop, and the rest is done by DAX Center. In case of integration within DAX Center, you can handle easily multiple CAD environments. We can integrate also in the email, which means whenever you receive anything, you get immediately notification and directly share over a shared folder, also within your Microsoft Office account, directly into this shared folder, and share with everyone, all the recipients based in DAX Center. We can do quality checks within DAX Center so that we don't lose the quality. We can simplify information, and we can translate information. best part of it is you directly have an interface integrated in your PLM system, so you don't waste time. Export it, shift it into a shared folder. Flexible and scalable. You have direct access from every web server. You have direct access to the exchange functions directly from your PLM system. And it is keepable also for smaller companies. So there is, the lowest limit is 25 users upfront. But it's scalable in packages, whatever you need. To summarize DexCenter and summarize it just in one sentence, it would be a cloud-based enterprise solution, automation, decreation, validation, and the distribution of large files in a technical database. What it is secure, it's easy to use, automated creation of derivative formats, it's integrated validation with connections, it's configurable workflows depending on the customer needs. We have unlimited data volume, and we're tracking approval and ITAR through intellectual property compliance. We can integrate it to your local PLM and CAD system, and the cost savings because of the reduction of wasted time are over 45% or even higher. So DexCenter is a good channel for transfer information. Therefore, it is good for all the cloud-based industries which popping up right now. Therefore, I want to hand over to industry.
Hi everyone, this is Shanky here from Wipro, and the way we wanted to make you realize the utility of DexCenter was to map it to a use case that would actually use the kind of features that DexCenter provides. So if you look at Industry. It is a framework that we have built for both enterprise, warehouse kind of scenarios and manufacturing operations and product engineering as three different blocks where we have digital definition to define products and shop floors and plant information, and then we have manufacturing operations and then warehouse operations and definition of the warehouse. So for all these, what clients generally need is the ability for them to share their data that is there on-prem into the cloud, because the solution in Industry. Depends a lot on the digital twin framework that we have for the entire enterprise for manufacturing, right? So what happens is there are many scenarios in which we need to transfer data from the on-prem in a given workflow where you need to have a secure approval workflow and a fast and unlimited kind of data that we can transfer, right? So some of the key cases are, one is how do you transfer design data for CAD and design and the PLM kind of data that needs to be pushed through in a secure and a approval-based workflow, right? That is one kind of data for which we have integrated DexCenter with our with the Industry. Solution, right? Because as it is an end-to-end solution, the ability for us to transfer data is in the features with the features that DexCenter offers is very important. The other important is industrial data, which is nothing but where we create history of data for the last 5 years or 6 years to train data models. So the training data going through Deck Center is very safe and secure, and everybody who or all the stakeholders will understand how to move this data, and that moving that kind of data is also a very key part of having a AI enabled maintenance and operations or design kind of an environment. And then the last one is how do you transfer compliance, secure compliance data for sustainability disclosures, right? So basically, these are some of the key use cases that we have utilized Deck Center to enrich industry offerings that actually offer AI-based manufacturing operations and AI-based digital definition kind of scenarios. So that's pretty much how we wanted to ensure make you understand how Deck Center can be part of any industrial offering where it forms the connector between the source data in a typical brownfield environment and also can be a very clean starter for greenfield environments where the data, sensitive data is transferred securely with approval workflows and with unlimited size of files. That's pretty much what we wanted to say on how this integration and how Deck Center plays an important role in our solutions, right? So yeah, that's any questions we are now okay to take. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask.
First of all, thank you so much, both of you, for insightful, presentation and discussion. So my question is, with respect to, I mean, currently we see that there is a lot of data security issue comes into picture. So how does Tech Center take care of this, especially concerning the international data protection regulations? So how are you taking care of those things?
I didn't get the questions.
No,
So
Better.
okay, now it's better. Okay, I mean, if you see, we have increasing data security concerns, especially with respect to international data protection regulations. Okay, so how do you incorporate or how do you take care of these concerns?
Let me go back to the security slide. As you can see, we have several solutions. We have the typical SSL encryption. We have, on top of that, the automatic encryption of documents and data packages via keyth lang of 4,900 bits, which means doesn't matter if there is someone who get your data, they can't do anything with it. It's just a bulk of numbers, and they don't get any information. On top of that, we have, as I already told, it is an end-to-end secure line within the creation of the specific profiles. So you are only able to receive the data which were sent to you. Any further questions? Then,
okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Enjoy the trade.